Welcome to Unfiltered Summit Sisters. I'm Gina.
And I'm Julia.
We are two ride-or-die best friends who are paving the path for what true, authentic relationships look like.
We're facing hardships head-on, having real, uncensored conversations, supporting each other's growth, and shining a light on true, raw healing.
We are navigating the world the best we know how.
Having a hell of a time doing it.
Laughing every step of the way.
Through the rain
and sunshine.
This is Canyon Culture.
Welcome back to Unfiltered Summit Sisters. Our view's a little different today.
It is. But this is
hallowed ground.
Yes.
This is sacred space.
We are at the porch.
The porch.
The porch. All right, now, the owners of the porch don't exactly know that we're here right now.
They will, because they watch our podcast.
They will find out.
Thanks, guys. But look at how cute. We have a ficus and a gnome, and sometimes we have a guest who pops through here.
This is Steve.
Oh, he has a name.
Yeah, just kidding.
We also have heaters, by the way. Which
Smalls is there's Smalls.
There's Smalls. Hi, Smalls.
Welcome, Smalls.
Smalls has a lot to say.
Do you think they're going to be mad that the dog was on the podcast before they were?
Oh, shoot.
Go sit down.
Shh, don't tell Mom. No, but we've got heaters going. This is literally the only place that the sun is shining.
Right.
So we decided we are kidnapping their porch while they're out of town.
Commandeering. It sounds nicer.
Which is weird because it's like a pirate term, isn't it?
I just thought about it. I was like, sounds more badass, but it doesn't necessarily sound nicer. So it's fine.
It sounds more proper, more grown up.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we have had the craziest winter.
Yes.
Like we said that last year but it's a different crazy. Last winter we had so much stinking snow, it was insane.
Holy cow. Yeah, welcome to Utah. Here is crap tons of snow.
This year it's like, let's play Russian roulette with winter. So one day you're going to get winter.
Right.
The next day you're going to get like summer.
Yeah.
Like 50, 60 degrees, sunshine. We're outside sunbathing.
Here's fake spring. Oh, just getting back to winter.
Like, which we get normally at this time of year. We will have really, really warm days. But like, I'm talking like Christmas Day. We were out riding scooters. It was chilly.
Right.
But like, we were out riding scooters. We were we did, I don't even know. Like, we were doing all kinds of outside activities that were not winter worthy, which gave you and your family an amazing opportunity. This was a couple of Fridays ago. We were done podcasting. What happened when you got home from podcasting?
We were done podcasting, and I got home, and my boyfriend called me, and he was like, how about we go to Moab this weekend? And I was like, right, like now?
So Moab is a national park south of us. How many hours? 4 hours?
3.5.
3.5 hours?
I have a funny story about that because I have a family group text between my parents and siblings and some uncles, and I text them a picture of, hey, we're going to Moab. And my sister goes, Mobile, Alabama? And I was like, no, not there. My dad's like, what's Moab?
Which is weird because here, like the arches, like it's a national forest. Like it is incredible. There's so many amazing things. Like if you have any sort of nature calendar of like amazing things of the United States, there's gonna be some Moab there. Mm-hmm. There's so many beautiful places.
So he calls me and he's like, why don't we go this weekend? And 3.5 hours later, we loaded up with 6 kids to go to Moab for the weekend.
Yeah, which I think is amazing. So tell us about your trip.
Fun. Oh my gosh. So we've only driven through Moab. We've driven through it many times going to and from Texas, but we've never stopped.
It's not like you can see much. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah,
but it's
beautiful.
It's not the national forest. Like it's not the stuff from the freeway. So Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting.
So we went to we drove all the way to Moab that night. We didn't get there till like 9:30 at night. The hotel had the coolest outdoor pool and 2 hot tubs. All of it was heated.
Love it.
The kids swam until like, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
So cool.
So fun. The next morning we went to Canyonlands, which is a national park.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Like there were so many times that I got emotional just standing there because I was like, this is breathtaking and incredible, and it looks fake. Like
you say that a lot, though.
It does. It looks fake, and it's just, I don't know how anybody looks at these beautiful places and thinks that it just happened by chance. I think that takes more faith than believing in a creator who did create all of this intentionally.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. We went to Canyonlands and just drove around there, got out a million times. Mackenzie, my 14-year-old, had a really fun experience with one of the canyon bathrooms.
The photo's amazing. I can't wait to post it.
Yes, so fun. If she will let me, I will have to ask her.
I mean, we could crop her out.
That's true.
Because the toilet alone is hilarious.
We could put one of those like fake mustaches and glasses so nobody knows it's her.
Put a raccoon face over her.
Except that I just said it. They had a bunch of the canyon. So the canyon bathrooms are an experience everywhere.
Everywhere. Any national forest, you're going to have a story.
They're special. They're special. But these ones were extra special because
they were Asian.
They had the really fancy hole in the ground where you just squat over the hole in the ground.
I think it's a fancy hole in the ground.
So she walked in and immediately went, no.
I'll hold it.
No. And we laughed about it a little bit. I took a picture and then she ended up in tears and was like, I will hold it.
Just find me a hole in a rock.
So funny. So we spent a bunch of time in the Canyonlands, which was beautiful. On the way back, we stopped and saw petroglyphs.
So cool.
That was some of the kids' favorites, was seeing those petroglyphs. You know, and the little kids are like, did the Croods do those?
I love it.
Not exactly, but good thought.
Like, yes, but no.
Right. Good thought.
Yes, but no.
Super cool to see. We got to see people rock climbing just on these crates. I'm like, that's just straight. How are you going to...
What are you holding on
to? There's nobody at the top to pull you up. And so we pulled over on the side of the road and just watched them for a little bit, watched them, how they got up and how they went down, and the anchors that they put in. I don't remember what they're called right now, but that was really cool. There's a dinosaur park up there.
Yes.
We went there and the little kids especially really loved that. So I have pictures of them like pretending to run and scream from dinosaurs. So oh my gosh. It was so fun. We went to Arches National Park, of course.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. So cool. Balanced Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. So awesome.
You're like a real Utahn.
I know.
You're like name dropping.
I know. I feel like a real Utahn.
It's been a year and a half and you're like, boom, I'm here.
One of the kids was like, are we real Utahians now? I was like, wait, what?
Not like Utahns any better. I mean, let's be honest. It's such a weird.
Yeah, it does feel a little weird. But the arch is just beautiful. Got to see double arches. Got to see delicate arch. All of just these amazing places. It just blows my mind, and how many different terrains you can see at one time, how many different kinds of mountains you can see in the same picture.
Yeah.
Just incredible. And so we were only there for a weekend. I feel like you could spend so much time there.
You texted me and you were just like, hey, we're going to Moab. I was like, oh.
Right, because I just saw you like 30 minutes ago.
Right, so I was like, oh, okay. And you're like, we're just going to go for a night. This is our plan. We'll be back the next day. And like in my head, I was like, not happening. She's extending. And so halfway through Saturday, you're like, we're staying another night. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
Because it's so much to see. Yes. And you guys didn't even like hike around. You just were like mainly from the car and doing little baby hikes.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you could spend months there.
Absolutely.
To be able to do everything and see everything. It's just endless. So beautiful.
The part though that I really want to talk about. So if there's any other highlights you want to talk about, let's have those. But then I've got questions that I really want to hear your perspective on. So
one funny part was that we stopped in Price, Utah.
Yes.
To have dinner.
Good old Price.
Good old Price, Utah.
Population 4.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe 4.5.
Correct. Our options were McDonald's, Arby's, Domino's, and Subway. None of which I can eat.
Right, with your gluten-freeness is not.
I can't have gluten or dairy, right? There's so many things I can't have right now. And I was like, I literally cannot eat anything. And I was so hungry. We got out the door so fast. Right. We didn't plan that part really well. So they eat Subway. My boyfriend and the kids all have Subway, and they're all full. And I'm like, I'm so hungry. I can't wait till we get to Moab. Yeah. So we go to Smith's.
Which you would think would be a safe place to get stuff, because Smith's is like one of the main grocery store chains in Utah. So you're like, this is where I get my normal groceries. Let's go to Smith's.
Right. So Smith's is like an off branch of Kroger for people in Texas.
They have Kroger stuff there, in fact.
Yes.
They're sisters. Anyway,
so we went to Smith's to get a rotisserie chicken.
How'd it go?
So that I could just sit in the front seat and eat a rotisserie chicken? Well, because we were in Price. It is the smallest Smith's I've ever seen in my entire life. Probably the smallest grocery store I've ever seen in my life. The only rotisserie chicken they had was refrigerated.
Oh.
It was cooked, but it was refrigerated.
Gross.
So we grabbed that, and I was like, "It's fine. I'll just eat cold chicken." It's not like
I
I
was
haven't done
thinking
it
you were
before.
gonna like stick it in the engine and drive for another 20 minutes and see if it heated up a little bit.
I'm like,
no.
it's fine, right? And so I'm like opening it up, and my boyfriend's like, "What do you? We're gonna go heat it up." I was like, "Oh, right."
Where did you go to heat it up?
Maverick.
Oh, nice.
So we stopped at a Maverick, and
Like,
he took it in. And
did they look at him weird? Like, what are you doing with your?
I didn't go in. I don't know. And he heated it up, and I sat in the car and ate my rotisserie chicken, which was the worst tasting rotisserie chicken I have ever had in my entire life.
Oh my gosh, so sad.
But it's funny. We have a picture. I'll put it with the trailer for this. We have a picture of me in the front seat with my rotisserie chicken. I'm like, this is the only thing I can have.
This is so sad. It's so sad.
So funny. But yes, I do want to get on to
the deep stuff.
Yeah, the deeper stuff for the trip.
So for me, because we both have such similar pasts and we both experience things so differently, I just had a lot of questions because for me, I'm going, look at her getting to live life, because so much of our lives is just survival.
Right.
It's beautiful because we're not disassociating, so we do get to live a life, but it is survival mode.
Right.
And so when you had that moment, I got to sit there and I was like, I wonder if she's in a space where she could recognize that she's living. And so I wanted to hear your perspective on maybe the emotional energy or just the healing space, or like the full circle idea of where you guys were a year ago to where you are now, and what that was like for you on less of a that was a fun trip, but like, look what I get to provide for my kids.
I think it was more of that than it was the things that we saw and did in places that we went, right? It was just the whole time, like, I'm just sitting in this space of, I cannot believe this is life right now. This is so freaking cool.
Well, that you just got to pack up 3 hours later, that your partner is one that likes to do that like you are. And he was
with
willing,
6 kids.
Right. Like that's part of just what you guys do, is that you guys, hey, in 3 hours, let's get on the road and go to Moab.
Which, for him, he loves that. That's normal. For me, it's out of my comfort zone.
Is it?
It's harder for me because my house is my safe place.
Right.
Right? Anyway, but the entire weekend, I was just like, I can't believe we're here. I cannot believe that we are here.
Like energetically here, like here in this safe space to be able to do that.
Yes, to be able to just pack up, to be able to just go, to be able to, the whole weekend was amazing. There was not one part of it that was crummy or I didn't like, or every single part of it was amazing and incredible. And like, it's gonna make me emotional just talking about it.
Good, do it, cry, do it.
Rude.
That's what you did to me last time.
I'm gonna make you cry then.
Like the aggressive support.
But it was just where we were. I mean, it wasn't that long. It was not that many years ago that I walked into Walmart with a calculator and had to decide, should I buy toilet paper or body wash?
Right.
Because I can't get both today.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was the toilet paper. Let's just be really clear there.
Body wash isn't going to clean like toilet paper will.
Yeah.
It was the economical choice.
But to now be at a place where we can just pick up and decide to go have a weekend away, 3 hours in 3 hours, that's incredible. And then to be in a place like I am so, so thankful for my boyfriend, because he is my person and God gave him to me, and he is so patient and so kind. And just the healing that we've done, the healing that he and I have done together, the healing that he has brought for the kids.
Because vacations weren't like that before.
Oh no. One, we rarely went on vacation. Anytime we did, I absolutely dreaded it because there was going to be screaming and fighting and chaos. Somebody's probably going to either get kicked out of the car or stop the car in the middle of the road and get out.
And when she says somebody, it's her. Just saying.
Yeah. It was
so rewriting, so like, because that's the thing, we both talk about holidays and vacations, the lack thereof, have such a negative history for both of us.
Yes.
And so I loved that moment where you get to rewrite that for your kids.
Rewriting
it. I mean, for you, and for your kids, to be able to be like, we get to have positive memories instead of like, oh, remember this one time we went here? Oh, and then this and this and this happened. And you're like, oh, ouch. Now it's like, remember when we packed up for Moab and we went and all there is good. Like, that was the part that I was like, you
Yes.
arrived. Like, that was the question that I
Yes.
asked you. I was like, do you feel like you arrived? Like, not in the sense of like, we're not done healing. Like,
Right.
we all know that that's always going to happen, but arrived like in safety almost.
Oh,
Like, you
absolutely.
get to live and be
so
safe.
much so in my mind, you want my real raw thoughts. Holy shit. I cannot believe that we are here. I have a man who loves me in a way that I've never been loved before, who loves my babies like they are his own, who provides and protects and leads us so freaking well, that we work together so well as partners, that we are so in sync with each other, that we get to provide these experiences for each other, for all of the kids. Like, holy shit.
It's so good. It's so good. Because these are the moments that I feel like, and don't make it worth it, because, abuse is never worth it. But
Right.
it makes it like, okay, I had this hard life and I have done so good with it, like as far as healing and growing and providing better. But there's got to be moments where there's just like, I've arrived, where we are not looking back any longer.
Yes.
We are just here to enjoy.
Yes.
And I feel like for me, watching you, that was a moment for me to be like, it's possible. She got there. I can get there. We're closer to there every day.
Yes.
And like, it just feels like a victory for like women everywhere.
Yes. Y'all are all welcome.
I'm just so, I don't know. It just was one of those things where like, the jealousy wasn't jealousy. It was, I'm so excited for you. And it was like, I can't wait to have that for myself. And I'm so excited she gets to have it.
Yes.
But I was like, I want to go to Moab.
It's going to be my turn.
Right. It's just, anyway.
I've been waiting in line and it is my turn.
Dibs. But no, but I love is that it wasn't like that. It wasn't like I was sad or anything. Like, I missed you, because I was like, what am I supposed to do this weekend? Like, crap.
Right.
But I was just like, oh, she made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I was just so excited for you to make it.
Yeah. It was incredible. I'm so, so thankful.
Okay, so hit us up with your gratitude.
Oh my gosh. I have to choose one?
Well, I mean, like, no, because we do it you can keep going, but
I am so grateful for God carrying me through every single thing that we've been through. No matter where I have been in my relationship with God, whether I've been really close to him, whether I've been really pissed off at him, whether I've been a little freaking brat, God has never left my side, and he has carried us through every single thing. And I am right now having prayers answered and come to fruition in real, tangible ways.
Big miracles.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, I love it.
Huge.
I am actually, this is a weird one. This is a new one for me. I'm really grateful that you're doing all of this first. Okay, hear me out. You're stronger than I am in a lot of ways. So you're going about it in a healthy way, where I need that example to follow and to have you go, I've been through this. And I don't know if that makes sense, but this idea that if I were to do it first, I would have stumbled way more if I didn't have a little bit more of guidance from you. And so for me, where I'm at, I have a lot more of, I don't believe it's ever going to happen. There's a lot of roller coastering.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you having this steadiness and this faith, and then getting to live it and have the miracles, because I'm either it's never happening, or I live in la la land and there is no reality. And I'm just grateful for you showcasing reality for me, and it gives me hope. So that whole idea of you made it, with the lack of better words.
Right.
You've made it. I'm going, okay, no, I'll have my turn too. Like, it gives me hope. And I'm just so grateful that you're doing it first, because I would have messed it up so many times. And not that I couldn't come back from it. And I still mess up, right? Like, I'm not saying that you're perfect or I'm perfect or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, my success story I know is going to be way smoother because you led the way for me.
And this is why we share our stories.
Yeah.
Right? What does that mean that we see on social media? Your story will someday be a roadmap for someone else behind you.
That's exactly
right.
What this
so
is.
Maybe I'm a little bit further in certain parts, and my story is a roadmap for you. But that's only because my parents were a roadmap for me.
Yeah.
Their stories were a roadmap. For me.
Yeah.
Right.
I see that all over. My sister was that way parenting for me. I was not a typical first-time mom because I watched my sister do it, and she was a roadmap for me in that area. So I see that all over the place. And I'm just really grateful for that, because this area, the area of love and relationships and finding a partner and getting to live that life, there's a lot of insecurities there. So having you do it first has been super beneficial for me.
You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So what question do we want to challenge? Our listeners too.
Okay, have you been to Moab? What is your favorite part about Moab?
I love that. Yes.
Just
Tell me.
keep it fun. Like, I haven't been and done Moab.
Mhm.
So, like, if you could go to Moab, what is the one thing you have to see?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, so let us know.
Until next time.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Unfiltered Summit Sisters.
Come join us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to get a sneak peek into our lives.
It's beautiful, chaotic, crazy, and fun.
What else would you expect raising 10 kids?
All the links you need are in the show notes.
See you next week.